Okay, I am having a chat with Alexander Fried. He has just informed me that he is not 11, he is 10, in fact, in fifth grade. And Alex, I'm going to call him Alex from here on out. Alexander is too czarist. I don't know. You know, Alexander the Third, Alexander the First. Let's just call you Alex Fried, okay? Violinist, young violinist. Alex is about to play with the West Coast Chamber Orchestra on Memorial Day, the 26th Monday of May. He's going to play the double concerto of Bach, double violin concerto of Bach, with Tamsin Besicki, the concertmaster of the West Coast Chamber Orchestra. Alex, what is going on? Your dad, Paul Fried, is a famous flutist. How come no flute? What brought fiddle into your life?
Well, that's a good question. When I was young, I flute was an instrument I liked, but it didn't really possess the type of sound I liked. And the violin, the violin was, it was put into many more concertos that I listened to, and one of my favorite pieces was, of course, the Vivaldi Seasons, and I grew to love the violin in that direction.
So you like the color of this instrument, the beautiful sound that the violin produces. What about the horrendous job of learning how to play violin? Did it come naturally? I mean, you have to hold this thing up against your chin. It's horrible.
Well, I mean, uh, I didn't really mind having to go through that in my point of view right now. I mean, it was, of course, much different from a flute, but I didn't mind having to do certain things on the violin that others would. So,
But what happened is something about the violin caught your attention, and dare I ask, since you're 10, going on 11, I hope, when did something say, hey, this thing is interesting, this violin? How old were you? Do you remember?
well, that that time actually came pretty early. Maybe I started playing violin when I was 4, and now it's hard to remember, but I'd say after the first couple of competitions I went into, maybe I was 8 or 9 years old. I became aware that this is a good road to go on. So yeah.
Okay, now you just said you became aware that this is a good road to go, and also you told. Pardon us, the train is going by up here in Santa Barbara. You guys are I don't know where, somewhere down in L.A. But my point is something about it amazes me. I interview all kinds of older musicians, professional musicians, and they all start right at about 4, and they all very early on get this kind of feeling. This one feels right. This is the way I'm going to go, as you said. Now, are you saying to me, Alex, at 10 years of age, are you telling me you're going to pursue violin as your career? Let's talk turkey here.
Um, from my point of view, right now, it seems so. Yes.
So there's nothing about neuroscience or biological secret interest or anything going on?
No.
Okay. So I think you're probably going to chase the musical career. Now let's talk a little bit about that Bach double violin concerto. Will
Yes.
this be your first public performance or not of the concerto coming up on the 26th?
Um. Well, what do you mean by public?
Oh, in front of an audience.
Well, I've had many recitals before, of course, but this is going to be the first time I've ever played with the orchestra, so I'm excited. Yes.
Yeah, that is exciting. That is exciting, and a real challenge. I don't know if you probably have not had rehearsals. It'll be one of those quick kind of rehearsals on the day of performance kind of thing. That's kind of scary, I must say. And it's one thing to kind of play with the piano going, shall we say, if you have a pianist that helps you, and then it's quite another when you've got this agglomeration of musicians behind you, with all of them with their own minds. So this is going to be very exciting. Is this your debut as a violinist in a public concerto setting, or what?
Um, I can't say no to that, so yeah.
Wonderful. Why not be proud of it? That's exciting. That's going to bring a whole lot more interest. So that's what we're here for, is to put up this video interview and get people to go, I don't believe that kid plays violin. We're going to see. That's what we want. How difficult is the work for you in terms of your fingers? You're using a full-size violin, I presume now, yeah?
No, 7/8.
A seven eighths, okay. And how does that? How does the concerto fall under your fingers? How does that? Is it feeling good or is it still pretty tough?
Well, see, when I was young, I always dreamt to play this piece. It was one of the favorite pieces that I like, but I rarely listen to it because we never had one of its recordings.
Hmm.
So now when I play it, you know, I play by ear. So it's, the the simplicity of it. It just, I enjoy it. So it's right now, it goes pretty smooth.
And when you just said you play by ear, you do read music, of course.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So what did you mean by that? I play by just the way it feels in your head. What?
Well, I just, for example, when I was young, and I did not play the piano. I did not play the violin. I still improvised on the piano, and I often, took melodies I heard on the CD, improvised it on the piano, made new melodies out of it. So that's where I get it from.
You know what? It sounds like you're a natural for sure. It's
Thank
a
you.
very nice life, you know. There are all kinds of receptions after concerts, lots of food, and all kinds of good stuff. This performance coming up, I'm going to do my pitch here a little bit, is with the West Coast Chamber Orchestra. This is their, I think it's their 32nd or something performance of Bach by candlelight. It's going to be in the beautiful United Methodist Church in Santa Barbara with candles all over the place, all Bach. What's the ambition after this? I mean, you're going to have your debut with the West Coast Chamber Orchestra in Santa Barbara, this wonderful concert. What what's next? I mean, sixth grade is next, but you know what after that?
Well, I'm not really sure. A couple months ago, we tried to prepare to go to enter Colburn, pre the Colburn pre academy, and I think once I'm in Colburn, like I already am, and I work hard on getting into Colburn subjects, and I can just go from there.
Yeah,
I think it all starts from Colburn here.
yeah.
From after this.
I mean, you have it exactly right. Colburn is, I mean, on the West Coast, Colburn is really our Juilliard. So you have chosen the right place if you're going to be on the West Coast. The gorgeous, growing, major metropolis of Los Angeles these days. I think you're making the right decision to stay here. Alex, what is there anything else you want to tell me about this moment coming up for you in about a week's time on Monday, the 26th of May?
Well, I mean, it's very, it's really hard to, it's really hard to say what I think of it. I don't remember being in this church, and I'm really not sure what's going to happen in this point, so I can't really answer that.
Hey, by the way, that's what music making is all about. You never know, and especially on one of those gigs where you come in, you rehearse, you play, boom, slam bam, it's done. Alex, I think we've about covered the territory. What elementary school you told me earlier? What elementary school are you going to?
Summerland Elementary School.
And does that have an orchestra or any kind of instrumental program, Sunland?
It has a instrumental program. Well, it used to, and of course, it's a very bad orchestra.
That's because the funding and all the rest is having a hard time in terms of funding the arts in schools. It's a private school or a public school?
It's a public school, so that answers.
So it's hard. It's hard. It's too bad. You're going to be an example of turning this around so people will understand how important the arts are for young minds and young talents. Alexander Fried, violinist, who will be playing the Bach Double Concerto on Monday, Memorial Day, the 26th of May in Santa Barbara. It's going to be very exciting at 8 p.m. with the West Coast Chamber Orchestra. I'm looking forward to meeting you. I'm looking forward to hearing you play, so watch out. Uh, Great pleasure talking to you, Alex. We're done.
Thank you.
Sure.
Bye.